Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Zach and Tarn, and this is a brand new series of Dwarf Fortress. Now, again, as is the same with the previous series, I am playing it with the mod that I am slowly, whenever I have free time, working on. I'm gonna have very short for now. Let's just get this part out of the way. I'm gonna do high beasts but low natural savagery and mineral occurrence. I'm just gonna do what I usually do and just keep it at everywhere. Okay, so this is. I don't think I showed it to you guys the previous time. No, I had already preloaded the game, not the pre-made a world. So this is world creation in Dwarf Fortress. Occasionally the game will go non-responsive when it's doing its stuff, but that's perfectly fine. It's to be expected. There, now it's doing minerals. So yeah, what this is doing right here, as you can see through the preparing elevation, and setting temperatures and running rivers, and now it's forming lakes and minerals. It's generating a world based off of the parameters that I had set. And you were to turn around and use the same parameters as me, the world, even using the same exact version of Dwarf Fortress, which is 42.06, as you saw in the main menu, and you will be seeing in the main menu, and it brings us back to it when we're done generating this world. Yeah, using the same exact version with my mod as well, you're still going to be getting a different world based off of the parameters because it's randomly generating the world. So there's that. That's always fun, right? Okay, so I think it should be almost done forming the lakes and minerals, and then I think it does caves next. I think caves are next. I think. Yeah, because it hasn't actually generated the caves yet. I think. Unless that's background and it doesn't actually need to. Just pushes them wherever. I don't know. It's been a while since I've actually. Oh, no. See, as you can see, it somewhere down here where it was trying to place something, but it couldn't. So it had to reject some of the world generations because it couldn't place something that was down here. So it started it all over again. And now it's placing the minerals again. Let's see if I can actually move the map around. No, not yet. So, yeah, placing the minerals again. And hopefully we'll be able to see something. So, yeah. It's a good indicator that you're going to have to change, just as a heads up for those of you who are new to Dwarf Fortress. It's either watching or hopefully playing, because it's a free game that you can get down in the description as well. I'll have a link to to download the actual game, as well as a link to my mod, which actually hasn't been updated in a while. probably work on that. You know, I actually probably should have double-checked to see if all of this stuff still worked, because I think I added a couple of things, like, recently. So yeah, see, now once it got down there again, it ran into something that it couldn't place, so it's gonna have to reject that world region. Now, on this right here, I shouldn't have clicked there, but yeah, on this right here, the 7, how it says 7 rejected, it's a good indicator that you're gonna have to change something in your settings. If this number, this 7, if it slowly starts getting higher and higher, I think the good indicator on when you should be doing that is at around 25 rejections, I think. But if you're getting like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of rejected areas, then you're definitely going to have to go back and change some parameters. In some mods, some of the larger mods, like I think Masterwork says it, I think, where you're actually supposed to, in the main menu, it says create new world or create new world with advanced parameters. I think in Masterworks it actually suggests you to turn around and generate a world with advanced parameters because there's so much in the mod itself. I think it was Masterwork that did that. If I'm wrong, then, well, tell me why I'm wrong. I honestly do not remember. It has been a while since I've actually played a game of Dwarf Fortress. Speaking of, let's see what versions. Yeah, I have that. Haven't really done anything with. I have my folder. Oh. Oh, that's right, I had to do that. Make the save file for that. Hopefully, it runs through this and we finish this soon. I most likely am probably going to do 2 episodes of this as well. Same thing that I did with Minecraft yesterday. I'm probably going to do 2 episodes. Again, maybe 3 if the yeah, see, there we go. Now it was placing the stuff as well as the caves, as you probably saw there. But yeah, after the minerals, it does vegetation, then verifies the terrain, and there we go. Now the world is generated. So what it does is it prepares elevation, then sets temperature, then runs the rivers, then forms lakes and minerals, then it generates the vegetation, verifies terrain, imports wildlife, recounts legends, and then it generates the caves, generates the mega beasts, the super mega beasts, the stuff like that, and then it places the civilizations, and then and only then does it go through history. Now, right now, we're in the Age of Myth, year 5. There's only been about 2,000 historical figures. 53 people died. Well, 53 of the historical figures have died, I believe that means. And there's been 2,540 events so far in the world. And that's only on year 5. So, after we're going to accept, it's going to offload the units. It's making this save game and stuff, and etc. etc. Just doing that, synchronizing the folders. That now, as you can see, the version of Dwarf Fortress that I am using is 0.42.6. Now, start playing. Okay, so I need to remember it's in region 2. I wonder if I can actually rename regions. Oh. I'm not going to be doing adventure quite yet because I'm actually not that good at it at all. Yeah, so Dwarf Fortress. Gonna do that. Now, as a heads up, I don't remember if I told you guys this, but I did actually finally, now it's updating the world to the 15th of Granite. That's when, essentially, this right here is this right here, starting from 1 going to 15, that essentially is how long, I'm guessing how long it takes for the dwarves to go from the mountain homes to wherever it is that you set. Yeah, I'm probably gonna do 3 episodes of this, with this right now being like an episode 0. Oh, there we go. So there's that. So what I am going to do is I am going to look for 3 main things. That is that it has some sort of soil, multiple metals, whether it's shallow metals or deep metals, and a flux stone layer. So those things, plus I don't actually want it to be cold. So what I am actually going to do is I'm probably going to actually start near. Am I reading that correctly? Let me double check something. So, yeah, that would be. Oh, interesting. So they're up in the northern area, they're in the central area, they're in a very central area, and they're near us. So we want them to be our civilization because, well, reasons. We don't want too many cliffs, so we're actually going to move it over here. Make the area a little bit bigger. Oh, that should do. Don't want it to be too. I want the river on the map, but I don't want it to be too central. Because if it is, during the winter, the river will freeze. The brook will freeze. It's a brook, so it's not that large. But yeah, it'll freeze. And the reason why I don't want it to be central is because very large area, so there is fresh water in here, which is good. Okay, so actually we're going to select prepare for the journey carefully. Now, I am not going to designate these people as anything, because I'm going to be using the Dwarf Therapist utility to do that instead, so that I can give them specific jobs. So they're just going to be simple peasants at the start. What I'm going to do instead is head over to Tab, and okay, so I'm going to take 2 turkeys, well, 4 turkeys. So I'm going to be taking 4 turkeys with me. I'm going to take something that can give milk. Yeah. No. I'm going to do... I think goats can do milk. I think goat's milk. Hold up. One thing that will tell me if it does is, yeah, so goat cheese, so goats do milk, so I want that. And then yeah, I'm gonna take some llamas as well. So that gives us 97 left. Because drink is actually the most... No. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take a bunch of king spawn. We're actually going to take 50 king spawn. No, I'm not going to do that. So yeah, the 50 king spawn. Then we're going to turn around and the rest of the money, or well, the points down here, the rest of it is going to go into could do Dwarven Mountain Wine. No, I'm gonna do Dwarven Whiskey instead. So, there. Not gonna really mess with the naming of the fort, naming of the... Hold up. Let me actually quickly mark that down. Okay, so it's... There, so that's the name of the fort. So I think everything is all set up. So I'm gonna press E to embark. And goes non-responsive for a little bit. Again. So yeah, there's a lot of, when changing between the menus, there is a lot of Dwarf Fortress going non-responsive, and in the later games, when you have like hundreds and hundreds of dwarves, it can also go non-responsive then, because the game is actually tracking every single entity in the current game. That is, every single dwarf, every single piece of the dwarf, every single thing that the dwarf is wearing, every single thing that the dwarf is holding, every single piece that has been revealed so far, and everything in the stock, every single thing in the stockpiles, every single thing in pretty much every single thing is being tracked independently in the game. That's why there's a lot of lag in the later games, despite the game not having the super high definition graphics that some of the other newer games have. Now, if you wanted to read that, my apologies, but if you wanted to read that, you can go ahead and pause the video. Well, go back and pause the video and read it. I didn't read it myself, mostly because, well, it's like 400th time that I've seen it, so... Okay, so... there are some cliffs, but none really close to us, so what we're gonna have to do is actually... no, we're gonna make it so that it's... there we go, centralized on that again. So what we're going to do is we're going to... now, a little hint that some people probably don't actually know is if you hold down Shift and then use the arrow keys, it goes by, instead of moving 1, it will move 11. So that's actually a quick way to like move around the map when you're in these modes, but it's also a quick way to designate a large area. Like I just did. Now we're also going to take these 4 trees here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to press H to channel. That's 1 11 by 11, and that's 2 11 by 11. So, now, none of the dwarves are going to be moving around and doing anything right now. That is mostly because I don't have them designated to be doing anything, which I am actually going to change now. Dwarf Therapist is starting up, and now Dwarf Therapist is up. Now with Dwarf Therapist, hold up, let me go to my recording software and actually turn around and source screen capture. See if it will. There we go. Okay. Hold up. Let's X out of that. Okay, so... There's really no way that I can... Hold up. Yeah, I guess I'll just have to have it like that. Okay, so this is Dwarf Fortress. This is a list of the... Oh, okay, cool. That is actually cool, so... minimizing it will actually bring it down. That's cool. So, actually... You know what? Yeah. I'm actually going to continue with this in the next episode. So, thank you all for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more content. And I will see you all next time.